because the Finance Committee of Parliament has deferred a decision on a $1 billion loan agreement currently before them. The loan, according to the government, is critical to fix the economy in the short term before a bailout can be agreed with the IMF. But the minority members on the Finance Committee are blocking approval because government has not said what exactly they will use the funds for. We'll listen to the ranking member on the committee, Dr. Kesil Forson, who spoke to journalists after the committee met on the agreement.
To start with, let me say that yes, it's true. We've met as a committee. What was before us was for us to consider and approve 2 tranches of loans. We have considered them in good faith. We have lingering concerns. We have actually brought them out because, first of all, we believe that the document before us has some fundamental defect, because what is in the memorandum to Parliament and what is in the loan agreement has some differences, in the sense that in one breath we were called upon to approve a loan of $750 million. But what is in the agreement has 2 legs, tranche A and tranche B. One is in euro and one is in dollars. So that will mean that Parliament will have to amend what was brought to us. So it called to question the competence of the people that sent the document to us. I've told you the concerns we have with it. One, they have not told us the use of proceeds, what they are using the money for. So I can't give you blanket approval for you to go and use it just for chop. So tell us what you are going to use the money for. I mean, this government's insatiable appetite for borrowing for consumption must stop. For them, they believe in one program, one loan. I don't accept that. There are ways you can solve your problems, not all the time going for loan agreement. So they should tell us what exactly they will use the money for. And if the terms are good, we are human. We'll be able to accept that. But until that time, you can't make a determination. We need full documentation to inform us to make a meaningful decision. As we speak, we don't have it. And until that time, I'm incapacitated.
Our parliamentary correspondent, Kweku Asante, joins us for more on this development. Kweku, it is now emerging that the IMF officials who met with the Finance Committee on Tuesday recommended that the approval of the loan agreement, saying that it was critical for the economy in the short term. What has Dr. Atu Forson been telling you about the IMF response to this?
So the information we are taking from the committee is that the IMF officials who met with the Finance Committee early on this week recommended that, given the critical nature of the state of the economy now, it's very important that government gets that $1 billion injection into the economy to be able to fix the economy on the short term before Parliament, before the IMF deal will be struck. And so they recommended to the committee that they should pass the agreement. But Dr. Atu Forson has been saying that, well, that is their advice from the IMF. They are not bound by it. So their condition still stands that until government tells them what exactly they are going to use the funds for, they are not going to pass it. You can listen.
From our foreign partners, we take advice from them. So advice can either be accepted or be rejected, depending on the circumstances of the day. So as for us, yes, we have the document and we have to do justice with the document. A major concern also has to do is what is in the budget is significantly different from what they're asking us to do. The budget is saying that in the course of the year, they will be taking a term loan of $750 million. So why do you ask us to approve $1 billion when your own budget says $750? Yes. If I encourage them to approve $1 billion, I'm encouraging them to be, fiscally indisciplined. I cannot be part of that. So clearly, we want them to first come and amend the budget through the media review to reflect that before we can even consider something above $750 million. So that cannot be done on the face of the budget document that is before us. And that should be made very clear.
Well, so Kweku, that was an interaction you had with Kesil Forson. But the former President Mahama had also charged NDC MPs to reject this particular agreement. When you spoke with Dr. Forson last week, he was categorical that they will comply by the former president's request. What has he been saying now about this, considering his stance earlier to you?
That the stance has now softened a bit. What they are telling me now is that if government is able to tell them what exactly they are going to use the loan for, then they will approve it. Early on, when I spoke to him, like you referenced, he was categorical that their side was going to reject the agreement. They were going to reject it because they thought some of the financing deals, the financing arrangement were poor. But now they are softening the sun and saying that if government comes to them and tells them what exactly they are going to use the loan for, then they will approve it.
Indeed, and we shall see how things pan out, especially when the IMF is upbeat about the need for there to be a passage of this particular loan. We're grateful, Kweku Asante, for the update from Parliament. He's a parliamentary correspondent